Hello, Internet. I'm Scott.
Hello.
I'm Scott.
I'm Abram.
And we are here. We just finished up episode 443 of F5 Live Refreshing Technology, in which we talked about some of the news of the week. If you want to watch the entire show, you can do that by going to f5live.tv, clicking the subscribe buttons on the right-hand side, or you can watch it right there on the site. What we're going to do here is we're going to talk about a little bit of what we talked about so that you know what the show is about. Obviously, you are probably finding us on social media, which we appreciate. Wherever you found us, feel free to find us everywhere. You can look for Plug Hits Live, basically on any of the social networks, Facebook, Twitter, Google+, wherever you are, even LO, the little black circle network. You can find us kind of anywhere, and you can add us on there. But without further ado, let's talk about what we talked about. In our Nifty Gifties segment, we discussed HP and how they have followed suit on Dell, kind of backing away from Android. As of the last time I checked, HP only had one Android product left on their site. They kind of pulled everything all at once. And my guess is the only reason that one exists is because they have a lot of back stock they need to get rid of.
Yep, a lot of vendors are getting out of the Android space, although there's a few that I think are staying in the Android tablet space and doing okay, like Lenovo and Samsung, of course. But, you know, we expect that more will follow suit. And maybe my guess, with my uneducated or just guess based on experience, is that we will soon see the end of Nexus tablets from Google.
It wouldn't be terribly surprising. And we talk about kind of our expectations from a couple of the companies, including Google, and why this is happening and why our prediction on Google may be the case. In the Pilch Point, we talked about what you shouldn't buy.
And I said, really, this is not a great time to buy a phone unless you drop your phone in the toilet and need to replace it right away. There's new iPhones coming out in September. There's new phones that are going to come straight out with Android Nougat, the new version of Android that are going to be coming later in the fall. And of course, everybody's waiting on the Surface phone from Microsoft if you're in the Windows Phone ecosystem. So if you can put off that phone purchase, if your current phone is doing okay for you, you really ought to do it.
And not just phones. We even talked about that the Surface and Surface Book are likely to see a refresh soon. And there's some other products to kind of avoid right now.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, there's going to be a lot of new announcements coming in time for the holiday season. So if you want something that's cutting edge, and considering how long people hold on to their devices, why shouldn't you? You know, you might want to wait a little bit.
Or if you're looking for the deals, waiting until the next gen comes out is usually when you see the previous gen drop in price significantly. So it's a win for both budget or bleeding edge. In the extra life, Microsoft this week purchased Beam, which is a service that will allow them to kind of bring I've completely blanked on the word. Spectating to Play Anywhere games, which is something that if Microsoft wants the third parties to really support the Play Anywhere platform, a number of game categories kind of require the spectating capability at this point. If you want a first-person shooter to be able, like a multiplayer first-person shooter to be a big hit, you've got to have spectating, because without it, professional gaming leagues will not adopt it because you can't professionally broadcast the games. And we go into a lot of detail about that, particularly about TBS in the E-League, which has kind of made professional gaming a bit more mainstream with their first season, which was pretty exciting.
Yeah, I think it's a great move by Microsoft, and, you know, rising tide lifts all ships.
Yeah,
Let's see more. Let's see more streaming and spectating.
absolutely. From News from the Tubes, we talked about one of Abram and my hot button topics, ads and ad blockers. Facebook this week attempted to thwart the ad blockers, and it lasted almost 48 hours before an update was put out that defeated their attempts. And we talked about a lot on the topic, in particular the issues that come along with blocking ads and the oddity of blocking ads on Facebook.
Yeah, we said, as we said, Facebook actually has some pretty unobtrusive ads. And of course, if Facebook really wants to stand up to the ad blockers, well, we have a solution for them too. Mark Zuckerberg, if you're listening, just block people who are using the blockers.
Because you're not going to stop people from using Facebook. No matter what you do, because the network I mentioned earlier, Elo, doesn't have any ads, and they still haven't caught on for nothing. In DRM Not Included, we talked about Hulu and the announcement that their free service was coming to an end, and the kind of general misconception around that, because while going to hulu.com and watching the last 5 episodes of The Blacklist is not going to be an option anymore, you will be able to go to Yahoo View and watch the last 5 episodes of The Blacklist for free, and it is being powered by Hulu. So, Hulu's free service coming to an end, while technically correct, is not exactly accurate. It is basically being rebranded Yahoo View, and we talked about the surprise that Yahoo would be launching a new product seemingly hours after an acquisition, and how this could be good for Hulu free subscribers.
I'm hoping that this means that they bring an app out that allows you to watch Yahoo View like you cannot do with Hulu,
right?
Via an app. I would love to watch that stuff on my Roku box, for example.
Sure. And Yahoo is not afraid to make apps of their products, even a Windows 10 app for Yahoo Mail, which there's already a mail app, several of them. Yeah, so Yahoo is not afraid to put some resources behind apps for their free products. So perhaps we will see Yahoo View go that same way. Those are the topics we talked about, obviously, in far greater detail on the primary show, which you can get to by going to f5live.tv. You can see all of the episodes, including this one, right there on the website. You can subscribe to the series right there as well. Then you'll get updates in your iTunes or Podcast Play or Stitcher, wherever it is you use podcasts. You'll be able to get notifications about new episodes. But that does it for our wrap-up show here. On behalf of the staff that's not here, I'm Scott.
I'm Avram.
And we will see you guys back in 2 weeks. Ciao.